I couldn't resist making this short welcome video to Lesson 6, Understanding Roses, and show you a little bit about roses and peonies that are blooming in my garden right now. Hey everybody, today is about the last day of May, and so tomorrow starts June 1st. And here on the east coast of the United States, it's full-blown spring. And we're here on my farm. You can see behind me, these beautiful lupine are growing, and the peonies are starting to open up in back. And if you look around the rest of the garden, you can see more lupine, you can see columbine, you can see more peonies in the back. It's a beautiful moment in spring. Actually, on this tree over here, if you zoom in there, we've got some cherries developing. And back here behind me is one of our beautiful peach trees, and maybe the end of the summer, who knows, we'll be doing peaches on the tree with the leaves. Won't that be great? But today we're going to talk about June lesson 6, which will be, we're going to talk about roses, and I want to show you a comparison now between roses and peonies because they're so similar. So let's go and we'll go look at the rose garden. Hi, so now here we are at my roses out in the garden, and we're going to cut a rose and bring it over to another area of the garden where we have peonies growing, so I can show you the difference between a peony and a rose. So here I am. I'm going to cut this beautiful rose. Smells so good. And then we're going to meet on the other side of the garden where the peonies are. And here's a little tour of this garden, which is around our natural swimming pool, which is got a plant regeneration zone full of water plants that keep the water clean for swimming and keep it for all kinds of plants to grow in, and some wildlife, like we have frogs. So here is the pool with the blue flag iris right now, and you can see how they're in the water, and then in the middle is the swimming area, and then on the other side more plants, and then outside or in the surrounding garden we're heading over to the peonies, and we're going to meet over here in a second, and I'm going to show you the difference between a peony and a rose. Here I come, and we'll talk about the differences. Okay, so I've got my roses, and now here are these absolutely beautiful peonies that have just opened up. Wow. And there are certain differences between peonies and roses, but I've gotten them confused many times, and I want to show you one of the things that you can look at first of all to see the differences. First of all, let's look at the leaves on the roses. Do you see how we have the leaves in a leaflet of 3 leaves on it? And look at the shape of the leaves. And now I'm going to take over here from the peony. You can see the leaves are quite different. So that's one good way of telling the difference between plants, is look at their leaf structure as well as the flower itself. Aren't these gorgeous together? I think I'll cut one of these peonies and put it in a vase with these roses. Right here. I'll cut this one, put these together. But the structure of the rose and the peony, there are certain similarities, and the dramatic quality you can get by showing the inside of a peony versus the outside as it opens up is very similar to the idea on the roses. Of course, if you look inside the peony, the structure is a bit different, but my goodness, how would we draw that? Well, let's start with the rose. And then once you learn the rose, I think you could try a peony.